all the rejection is just redirection, all the awkward conversations, all the bad videos, like that's all a part of the journey, right? Michelle is who she is today, and you see the end result, you see but she's someone that's probably had more conversations in the last year than just about anybody I know, because she's just that much of a, first of all, she's a beast, right? She's just like me, like let's speed this thing up. Like why delay the inevitable and drag it out, right? Like, let's freaking go. But she's just super consistent, and she believes in what she's doing. That belief didn't just come out of thin air though. It took a lot of time and attention and the personal development, all the things. And like she said, in the beginning, she was reaching out to 50 people a day. Believe me, if you do that, if you're talking to 50 people a day or even 50 people a week, like you're going to get a lot better after a few months of having that many conversations, because you're going to get the same objections. You're going to get the same excuses. You start to realize that like a lot of the stuff that happens, it's like very common. It's very normal. It's nothing out of the ordinary. So when you're like, well, I'm struggling with belief, or I'm struggling with what to say, that's very normal. But the main thing is you keep going and you keep improving along the way. Very excited to have you on, and congrats on all your success. So first of all, before we get into the goods, can you share with everyone a little bit about your background, your network marketing experience, bring people up to speed on what it's been like, doing this type of business and the kind of success you've had, and maybe some of the lessons you've learned along the way?
I'd love to. Thank you so much for having me. I have to stay calm. The hands are sweaty and I have to not scream, but this is such a passion of mine, because I had no use ever doing this. Because when you hear my story of how I got started, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, because I was a hard no for 5 years. Me and my family sat around on holidays and would make fun of and block people. And I honestly thought they maybe made $75 to $100 and that they were all a bunch of sexy stay-at-home moms that just didn't have anything better to do with their time. But as time went on, I went through a divorce and my financial situation changed, and I was living on food stamps for my daughter and I and Medicaid. And I got a bill in the mail for my student loan debt that I was going to have to pay the government $1,000 per month. And if I didn't, my wages were going to be garnished. And the thought of a second job, third job, fourth job crossed my mind, but I was already working 4 jobs. I was a full-time HR specialist at an engineering firm. I actually took a pay cut to get the big girl job. I was a waitress full-time, on the weekends, in evenings, after work. I got my cosmetology license when I was in high school. So I did hair at 8 o'clock when Bella went to bed until 10 or 11 p.m. And I own my own cleaning business, cleaning houses for my mom, who's a CRNA, and all the nurses and doctors that wanted a cleaning lady. So unless I was willing to work after hours or literally not have my child and just give her to somebody else, I became open really quick. So that seed that was planted 5 years prior, it's crazy to say that literally it all of a sudden blossomed, because that's the first thing I thought of. And the first person I reached back out to was the girl who reached out to me, and she was no longer in the business. And so, I kind of started following some people and dabbling into it, and ended up jumping in with a health and wellness, program, because I was in the fitness, into fitness after having Bella. I needed to lose weight. And I was like, okay, I'm doing workouts. And as I was doing the workouts and showing up in a challenge group, I was kind of vaguely asked, do you want to make some extra money? And I was like, you know what? Yeah. So I was finally like a yes, good thing they asked, right? So I had no use being in business because I was never the social media girl. I had no Instagram, no TikTok, no YouTube. I had Facebook with 200 friends, but it was all mainly family, friends and family. I have 4 sisters who are really judgmental and who were like, if you do that, Michelle, we're cutting you off. And I had 0 followers on Facebook. So I really had no use being in business, because my biggest objection was I have no one who's going to come do this with me. Well, guess what? I hope this gives you the belief to realize that you don't have to have anyone. Okay. Because there's billions of people, and even recruiting 10 people last month and signing up 200 customers within the last 3 months. None of them I've ever known before in my entire life of living. And guess what? I like them so much more than all the other people who used to be on my newsfeed who were so negative. It's incredible. So I ended up going all in. Gosh, John really threw me a nugget 4 years into the industry. I started reading a book, and I came across a leader, and her story really turned me on. And I went to Facebook and I started stalking her. And coming to find out, she walked away from a multiple six-figure income. And I'm like, well, why would she do that? That was my goal. I was working in my previous company, literally like what John says, 8 a.m. to faint, like literally 13, 14-hour days to make an income that wasn't even at six figures. And so I kept stalking her. And then one day John showed up on a live video and like he walked away from multiple seven figures. He's been in the industry. Like, what is this? I need to know. And so John and I formed a relationship through this gal who is my business partner. And after following him and him following up and just watching how true and real he is, and that all he's doing is sharing a passion, that's when like my whole business, I walked away, I saw the video, I walked away, and I ended up coming into a company that I'm with now. And the rest is honestly history. Like I did my breakthrough of my first six figures that I've ever made in my entire life of living at the age of 34. Like I'm obsessed. I work 5 hours a day max. Everything has just, it's been incredible. So the one thing that I've never done is I never stopped doing personal development.
It's wild. It's amazing. But you're not just a customer getter. You've been able to do both. How? How are you both bringing in 200 customers in 90 days?
Yeah, 200 customers in 90 days.
And 10 recruits just in the last 30 days. How are you efficiently doing both? Now, I know you're working 5 hours a day, right? And I always say, you're not going to build an empire 1 hour a day, right? You start off an hour a day, maybe you start off part-time, but at this point now you're very good at like working this business 5 hours a day. And you're not just messing around for 5 hours. Like,
no,
you're intentional like me. I love it. You're always putting me in group chats all day, every day.
Yeah.
I love it. Talk about how are you both promoting product and recruiting? Like, because some people struggle with that.
Yeah, like, so John, to go back to that, like my time is so critical that when I could sleep in with Bella till 8:30 every day. My daughter, she doesn't go to camp. I put her off at camp at 9:30. 5 o'clock, I am up and I'm at it, like machine gun fire until she wakes up around 8:15. So that block of work is like the most intentional block of work ever. But I'll tell you, you know, I've just gotten really used to referring to this business as owning any type of business. Whether someone walks into Old Navy and they decide they're not going to buy a pair of shorts, Old Navy's not going to go out of business. You got to get some thick skin and you got to get over yourself. What I use, and I love that we have multiple products, 80 products to choose from. I've learned to fall in love with all of it. I've just tried everything. And that's something that I've really loved is, why wouldn't I try it? I'm just going to be open to trying it. Right. And so when I lead so much by not being spammy, I will literally go on a video on my stories and be like, okay, guys, today, as I'm putting it on, today is, Wednesday, and I slept like dog crap last night, and Bella's going to camp. People are like, what is she doing? It's building curiosity. I'm not like, here's a bottle, and there's this, and this is this, and you're going to get your skin to be this. Like, they're like, what is she putting on? And she's so consistent. And then finally they see it like 7 or 8 times. Like, what is that, Michelle? I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I can just point them to a tool, right? And then anytime I sign up a customer, I don't give a crap. I don't judge a book by its cover. I learned that by being a server. There were times people at the end of the night be like, I don't want that table. I don't want that table. And I'd be like, well, I'm here, so I'll take all the tables. And I ended up walking away with an extra $200 just by working everyone's tables the last hour when I was going to be cleaning up anyways. Yeah. So, and I wouldn't judge a book by its cover. So I always pop the question, because what if someone didn't pop the question to me? Even though I seemed like that bitter, I wasn't even social on social media. Like 5 years of me saying no, it was Ghostville on my page. No one's going to me and going, she's a red apple, we want to recruit her. No. So no matter what, I ask no matter what. And are there times that people all of a sudden I'm blocked? Yes, but very far and few between.
Yeah, it's so rare. I mean, especially if you give them an out, right? You give them an out. You say, hey, would you also, I'm going to add you to this group so you can learn more about our product. I'll tag you in a video. Just let me know once you're in. But would you also like me to add you to the opportunity community to learn more about the compensation, how we make money promoting these products? If not, no big deal. Why would anyone get upset about that? You're just like, hey, you could also do what I'm doing and earn commissions. No worries if not. Some people will say, no, I think I'm good. Let me try the product first. But you planted the seed. The problem is, and this is the truth, y'all, I'm just telling you the truth. If you don't pop the question, you don't ask them to take a look, I'm going to get that person. Michelle's going to get that person. Someone else in your company is going to enroll that person because no, you didn't share it with them. You didn't offer them the opportunity. They didn't know there was an opportunity. They didn't know it's affiliate marketing on steroids and they can make residuals from home promoting these products. They didn't know they could get the products for free. You didn't tell them. So if you don't ask, don't assume that they know, and don't assume they'll say no. I mean, what if they're the next Michelle Churchill? You just don't know. And all of you have a miracle in your mouth. All of you have an opportunity that could literally change someone's life. And they're on their knees every night praying for something. And you have that something, but because you're afraid to get rejected, you're afraid for them to be turned off. It's all about how you approach it. And at the end of the day, you planted the seed. Even if 50 people in a row told you no, you at least planted those seeds. And then maybe, like Michelle said, down the road, all of a sudden, she's like, you know what, maybe I need to take a look at that thing. And the person that shared it with her quit. That's the other thing. Being consistent and knowing that, like, timing is everything. There's people that followed me for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years before they finally decided to partner up. So you keep showing up even when you're not getting results is another major key. And Michelle, what about people that, like, they want to recruit, but they're getting like ghosted? They're, asking people to take a look and they're just getting a lot of rejection. Like, what could they do to improve their close ratio and, get to a point where maybe they have a little bit more confidence or better posture when it comes to talking about the opportunity?
So John, I love that you bring this up, because one of the reasons why I had such a great month last month was because of my follow-up system. Like, I changed stuff because I noticed that things were like getting lost in the dirt. And something that I do, you guys, is I don't really lead with like, do you also want to take a look at the business? I get them into the group and I tag them in those products and they're like, I'm so pumped. And they're like in this page looking at all the stuff we have to offer. And they're like, I'm pumped. Like, they all of a sudden get like, they catch this vision for the future person they're going to become. And then right before their checkout, you're like, hey, Sally Sue, do you like money? Because I'm picky about who it is that I choose to work with, but you are, insert a genuine compliment.
Yes.
Show up on social media like a freaking boss. Would you be open to taking a look at what it is that I do if it didn't interfere with what it is that you're already doing? If not, no big deal. I just have to throw it out there because this additional stream of income has been so meaningful to me and my family. That's it. Most of them, 80% of the time, say yes. Or they throw me an objection. If they throw me an objection, Ray Higdon, feel, felt, found. I understand how you feel. I felt the exact same way when I first took a peek. I was working 4 jobs. What I found is if you can find 2 to 3 hours per week to work your business from your phone, you can make an additional $200 per week, and that additional $800 per month was meaningful. Could you find an extra 2 to 3 hours? Bam. Feel, felt, found every time. So my follow-up is if they say yes, 2 days from now, they're in my alarm, like my alarm clock that goes off, and it'll say, if today's Wednesday, it'll say Friday, Jillian Michaels with like a star. Okay. So Friday I'm going back because people turn into ghosts. They get a little nervous. They want to know that you actually care and that you're just not adding them into a 3-way chat and going, okay, I met everyone, but watch, she's just going to forget about me because that's how I used to be. Oh no, girl, I'm coming back and giving you at least 6 touches. And then the last thing I'm saying is, hey, listen, if you're not interested, no big deal at all. Just no hard feelings. It's okay. I'll reword this. Hey, Brittany, first, I'm a genuine human. Happy Wednesday. I hope your week's going freaking great. I wanted to circle back. If you're not interested anymore, no big deal. I can remove you from my follow-up list. I'm not afraid to say that anymore. And John, you taught me that. And when I say it now, I'm like, yeah, I used to feel so unconfident saying that crap. And now I own it.
Yeah. And it's amazing too, because sometimes they're like, yeah, go ahead and cross me off for now, but maybe like, down the road. And, so what I love is that you cross them off. You're not wasting any more time. Like, you have to have no attachment. Do not get emotional. Do not get upset. It's kind of like you and I both waited tables, right? Nadya and I, we waited tables. And if you go, hey, do you want to check out the dessert menu? We got some really good dessert. Like, it's like ridiculous. No, I'm not interested in that. If I had anything else, you'd have to roll me out of here, stick a fork in me. You have all these like, cringy jokes that people would say, right? You're like, cool, next. Like, there's no attachment. Did you want another glass of wine? No, thank you. I'm good. Oh, this business is so hard. Like, I don't think I'm meant to be a waiter. No, you literally don't care at all. They're just not interested in the dessert menu or another glass of wine. You freaking move on. Same thing in our business. Right now, I will say this. There are some people where you're like, oh, they would be so good if they knew what I knew, if they saw what I saw, right? You
Oh,
don't give up on them, but you're temporarily crossing them off the list. But you're still going to continue to stay in touch and nurture the relationship because timing is everything. And I got to tell you, what's worked really well for me recently is talking about, we have like this special like summer sizzle bonus. So I talked about how you make $500 getting 5 customers, so that definitely, gets people interested. They're like, wow, that sounds pretty simple. And it's like, yeah, no kidding. Another thing I've done is I talk about how I'm launching new teams, which I am. I'm literally launching new teams and people are excited because they're like, wow, like I kind of wish I got started with you when you first started. But since you're launching new teams, since you're launching some new markets, or just today we launched a new product, right? So today we got a new product. So people want to be a part of something new. They want to be a part of like the ground floor, like new market, new product, a new team. So when you start to incorporate different language, and I love what you said too about how you customize a compliment, a genuine compliment, not like you're just making something up. Maybe they have great energy. Maybe you like, their personality, their sense of humor. Like maybe you like how they show up on social media. Some people have a social influence and they're just not monetizing it. So finding creative ways to get that person to take a deeper dive and look at what you got going on. And by the way, and this is something I've been doing for years, and I talk about it often. If you watch my recruiting trainings, I know Michelle does this too. If there's someone I genuinely like, and it's a personal recruit, I'm always going to offer to do a phone call every single time. Now, do I do a lot of them? No. But if it's someone like, I'm like, man, I want them on my team. I see their potential and they have interest. I'm not going to just rely on the video. I'm not going to just rely on the group chat. Group chats are money in the bank. I put every single business prospect in a chat. It does not matter, who they are. It doesn't matter how much potential, whatever. I don't, like Michelle said, I don't judge a book by its cover. The chats are money. But if that person is looking to partner up with me, they're going to enroll with me, I'm going to offer to do that phone call. And I've had people, and Michelle, I know you probably have this experience too. I've had people that I've had one 15, 20-minute phone call with, and we've worked together for years and years and years, and we haven't had any other phone calls since then. Now we talk on Messenger, we'll see each other at events and spend time together, but like that one phone call locked in, a leader for life, a partner for life, like that is worth it. All right. I know some of you don't like phone calls, but I'm just telling you, if you want to recruit, if you get as comfortable and confident about the money, the compensation, the business, recruiting, team building, leading. And I know some of us, we get overwhelmed, we're afraid of it, but man, the leverage aspect of building a team, knowing that you're literally able to make money in your sleep, and God forbid something happens and you can't work, those checks are still coming in because those people are still using the products, whether or not you're posting on social media, y'all. So Michelle, what else can you share with people that are like, they're in their own way? They don't have that confidence. They're not, but like they're like, I want to build an empire. I want to be a top leader. I want to be a top recruiter. What else would you suggest before we wrap this up?
just really fast, going back to what we said prior, the follow-up thing. If you're trying to reach out to people and they're ghosting you, that's pretty normal. You need to either divert the conversation to build that relationship with someone. So if I sent John, and everyone I talk to is from my stories. It's really simple when you're like, my stories is my grocery store. So like, if you're not on your stories, it's really hard for people to get to know you. And if you're not posting daily, the same thing. Like, I don't care if it's 3 people. John, you made a great point. The other day I had a reel and I sat there and I was like, 3 people. And I reached out to all 3 of them and 2 said yes. It's like 3 people. Like, who cares? Like, marry the process, divorce the results. And you know what? Just like Bob Proctor says, you can find the good in everything. Find the good. Focus on the glass half full. And when I talk to leaders who really want to build major empires, the first thing I say when I hear them talk is, what are you doing for your personal growth? How often are you doing it? Never. I am telling you right now that there are 30 minutes a day that I wholeheartedly can be doing way more things with my day than doing, but I am listening to an Audible book and I'm literally implementing it and applying it every single day. Like, literally alarms go, okay, Michelle, vision it, vision E3. All right, alarm goes off, like, manifest, like that crap. 95% of your success is your mindset. So if your mindset sucks, like, you need to catch yourself. When I say something like, sometimes I used to say to John, like, John, when am I going to be a rock star? It's like, no, I am a freaking rock star. Like, let's go, bro. I am John Melton. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I catch myself saying those things, like, don't say that out loud. Swallow those words, put them down the toilet, and never say them again. Change the way you talk to yourself, because your paradigm or whatever your mindset is so powerful. So that's one thing, is your personal development. Go read, like, John, what do you love? Bob Proctor has great books. Ray Higdon has a really good Freakishly Effective Leaders, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, The Compound Effect. Like, commit to 30 minutes a day. Yes. And commit to speaking to yourself. If you want to do 2,000 in sales this month, or you want to recruit 2 people, now that I recruited 2 people, I am so happy and so freaking blessed. Like, literally, you're putting that in 3 lines a day. And you're not just writing it, you're envisioning it while you do it. You do that for 60 days. You do that for 60 days and come back to me. Because I've done it. I literally, people think I'm weird. I write down statements that I want to be talking to my future self in present tense every single day.
Yeah, I mean, you have such a big vision. And when you have a vision, I mean, it's attractive to people. People are like, when you know where you're going, people will follow, right? If you don't know where you're going, you don't have goals, you're not intentional, right? You're kind of all over the place. Well, that's why your results are all over the place. And quite honestly, in this state of the economy, people are looking for leadership. People are looking for people that have passion for what they're doing, that have certainty in what they're doing. And I just think sometimes we are our own worst enemy. And like you said, we got that stinking thinking. And you got to be careful what you say about yourself, because you're always listening. And I love what you said about manifesting and setting that intent, right? Getting in state, right? You're not going to perform at your highest level, at your best self, if you're not like in state, you're not excited. Like, the one thing we can all agree with, even if you had this on mute and you know what we said, you know what you'd say, you go, those 2 are excited. They are fired up. Like, you can just tell by the veins coming out of my neck, right? You can tell by Michelle's passion. You can see it in her eyes. Like, that's the difference maker, the energy, the passion, the enthusiasm. And I know when you're first getting started, you might not have those things, but listen, the reason the quote, fake it till you make it, became so popular, even though I like faith it till you make it better. But the reason fake it till you make it, because you had to psych yourself into like, I'm already wealthy, I'm already successful, I'm already prosperous, I already have a big team, I'm already a leader. You had to step into it. It's almost like you had to fake it for yourself. Not like lying to people, not even lying to yourself, but just like get in state and believe in your capability, believe in your vision, your potential. And again, when you speak that into existence, watch how many people you attract, watch how many customers you put in, and if you're not doing the personal development every day, it's like bathing, right? I think it's Zig Ziglar says, look, you don't have to take a bath every day. You don't have to bathe every day, right? But it's recommended. So it's the same thing with personal development. Do you have to do personal development every day? No, but we recommend it. Right? You're not going to be motivated every day. You're not always going to feel like it, but that personal development and listening to people that have, achieved big success, right? Whether it's, Ed Milet or Chalene Johnson or Ray Higdon, like you mentioned, right? John Maxwell. Find someone that resonates with you and get plugged in. Maybe it's your upline. Maybe it's the leaders in your network marketing company. Like, I get inspired, y'all, by my team. The leaders on my team, I get inspired by people like Michelle, because we're running together, right? We're building something together, and people want to be a part of it. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but man, is it worth it. Like, when I see what Michelle's created and I see her consistency and I see the quality of people that she's attracting, and look, she's crushing it, but a lot of her people are rank advancing. A lot of her people are duplicating her success. And that's the power in what we do. That's the big picture. And this is how many of us, like, that's why you're in this space. You're not in it for the money, the income, you're in it for the freedom.